Alright guys, thanks for watching the video, coming to it for some help that you needed. That's good study habits, and that's being a great student. So congratulations. So first you need to focus on, so you need to pay attention to the problem statement. In this one it says find two numbers. That refers us directly to our variables. So we're going to make x one number, and we're going to make y the other number. So we're going to turn around and try to write two equations from the statements in the problem. The first statement in the problem says the sum of two numbers is 27. That means adding the two numbers up equals 27. Well, the first number is x. We add that to the second number, and it's got to equal 27. 27 represents a total, and we're looking for totals when we're solving these problems. Second part, it says their difference is 3. So difference means subtraction. So we take the two numbers and subtract them, and we get 3. From that, you do all the solution work, and you wind up getting 15 and 12. I'll give you guys that one. So let's take a look at the second question, just the setup here. SUV company is a daily rate of 21.95 plus 23 cents a mile. By the way, this one's identical to one that's in your notes. The first variable from the problem statement, at what mileage will the cost be the same? We have a cost, and then we have the mileage. So we have x is number of miles, and we have y, the cost. So then at what mileage will those costs be the same? We have two different companies. We have an equation that we need for the Acme company, and we have another grouping thing for the Speedo company. So on the first one, be 21.95 plus 25, so we're charged 21.95 plus 23 cents per mile, so it's going to be 23 cents per x, so times x, and that's going to equal the total cost in dollars for the Acme company. For the Speedo company, it's going to be 24.95 plus 19 cents per mile for the y. That's the setup. By the way, on the answer for this one, you get a negative number, which doesn't make sense. Sorry, I should have problem checked or checked on the problems before I assigned it. I just changed the numbers on it. The important part ultimately is this guy, setting these up, being able to take the numbers to symbols. All right, let's take a look at number 3. The cost of 5 avocados and 6 tomatoes is $7.15. Cost of 3 avocados, we return that number, and 8 tomatoes is $6.27. Find the cost of each avocado and each tomato. Problem statement gives us our two variables. So we need to define our two variables here. The cost of an avocado is going to be the first variable, so we're going to say that A is cost of avocado. We're going to simplify that a little bit on our writing. And we're going to say T is cost of tomato. We're going to just write Tom, and that's going to be in dollars. So the first equation we're going to talk about is we need to first look at the totals that we have. We have a total 7.15 that I've highlighted, and that is a total from 5 avocados plus 6 tomatoes. That's the total amount charged for that. So when we talk about 5 avocados, we need to talk about 5 times the cost of avocados to represent the total amount of cost that we're given from the avocado. So that would be 5A. And we're going to do plus 6 times the cost of the tomatoes, and the cost of the tomatoes was T, so we're just going to do 6T equals. So the first equation is going to be 5A plus 6T equals 7.15. Now the second equation is going to be pretty similar to that, because the total value that we're given, again, that we're going to work around, is broken up by avocados and tomatoes as well, and the cost of them. So it's going to be 3 times the cost of avocados for 3 avocados plus 8 times the cost of tomatoes for the total cost of just the tomatoes that we get. So we're going to do total cost of avocados plus total cost of tomatoes, which would be 3A plus 18, and that's going to equal the total amount from that. Now the answer to this, you will get decimals. I believe you get avocados, cost of avocados is 0.89, and cost of tomatoes is going to be 0.45, I believe, dollars. Okay, just so you know. Let's move on to the next. So for number 4, if we just go ahead and look straight at the problem statement, it says what's the price of apples and the price of potatoes per pound. So we're going to say apples. It's going to be price apples per pound, and then we're going to do P. We're going to do price of potatoes per pound. Okay, and I know that's kind of annoying, guys, to write all that stuff out, but that's actually pretty important because that allows us to compare and contrast the equations that we write and give us an understanding of whether we're doing it right as we compare the equations to the variables, just to see if they make sense. So now let's look through for some totals. We get a total of 1885, so that's going to be probably going to be one equation. What funnels into 1885? Well, buying 8 pounds of apples and 7 pounds of potatoes. So 8 pounds times the price of apples, right? Plus 7 pounds times the price of potatoes. That gives us our first equation that we're going to work with, and then we go about getting our second equation. Another total is given, 12.88. 2 pounds of apples, right? So 2 times the cost of the apples, 2 pounds times the cost of the apples per pound, plus 10 pounds of potatoes. So we're going to do 10 times the price of potatoes per pound, which is P. And that's going to give us our second equation. Now that's the equation we solve using elimination, substitution, or graphing. Graphing is probably a bad one to use. To use that to solve, and you get your 2 values. Let's go on to question 5, the final question on your homework. We're going to set this up. Samantha has 30 coins. So let's go to the problem statement. How many of each does she have? Talking about coins. So it's we have quarters and dimes. So we're going to use D and Q again. So D is number of dimes. Q is number of quarters. And equations. So first, look for totals. We have 30 coins total. So the D plus Q is going to be 30. And by the way, guys, this one's going to be pretty similar to the one we did in class. So you should really reference your notes as you struggle with this as well, if you need to. Total bill, going to be $5.70. That's a total. And that's made up of the amount of money we have in dimes plus the amount of money we have in quarters. Amount of money we have in dimes is going to be 0.1 times D, because that represents dollars, the $5.70. We need to write the value of a dime in terms of dollars as 0.1. And then we have the value of quarters as 0.25. From there, we need to solve it using one of the methods we've talked about in class. And there you go. I hope that helped. Now work through the problems and get the final solutions. Please make special note that the problem number 2 is not going to make any sense because you're going to get a negative mileage or a negative value in there. Decimals are okay, but it's the negative that screws that one up. You can't really have a negative cost, and you can't really have a negative mileage. Sorry about that. By the way, guys, thanks for watching the whole video. You're great. What I want to do is I want to give you some extra bonus DVD material on this video as a surprise for you guys going and doing the work. So I'm going to give you the answers to all the questions, but hold on a second. Okay, guys, extra bonus DVD, extra DVD bonus video, whatever they call it. Here's the answers, and I figured I'd say hi. So hi. All right, here we go. There's the answers. Here are the final answers to the first one, 28 and 66. Oh, that's our notes in class. Oops. It's bloopers video, I guess. Extra one for the first one, 15 and 12. Extra for the second one, we said we didn't do it because it was bogus, messed up. Extra to number 3 is going to be 0.89 and 0.45. Answer to 4 is going to be 1.49 and 99. And then answer to 5 is going to be 12 and 18. Thanks, and have a great day. Hope this helped you out a lot, and we'll see you tomorrow.